New York City Migrant Gang and several other associates have racked up over 500 New York City busts, and they've been constantly arrested. NYPD knows them by heart, and basically they're all under 18, so they can't really go to jail. And that's the big problem with New York right now. They are so incredibly lax on crime because shoplift hundreds of dollars, and the cops don't really seem to care. They can't really seem to do anything. The city council doesn't really care. There's a massive migrant inflow, but you clearly see what's going on. There's also a lot of burglaries and theft, and basically on knife point. This is the type of situation we're seeing here. You have New York City taking in tens of thousands of migrants, right? And it turns out the city doesn't have enough jobs, work permits, or shelters for everyone. And of course, the education system is kind of toast because so many people have been to New York. And now a bunch of these young kids are becoming gang members. And it's all because of what New York City did. Why did you take in this many people? They basically went broke. New York City can't seem to take care of over 100,000 migrants. And also the city's revenue is going down because so many people are moving out. So many companies are moving out. And when you rack up over 500 New York City busts, this is a big problem. This basically means that you could get away with anything. You could get away with robbery, shoplifting, theft. New York City basically has no more law. And look at this. The migrant crisis in New York City, over 300,000 migrants have been sent to New York, costing New York City taxpayers close to $6 billion. Humongous spike in migrant gangs. I used to go to New York City all the time for vacation to visit family. Now I don't want to go there at all. Migrants were lied to before they got here. A lot of people got rich while others suffered. And the migrant crisis, guys, come on, $6 billion. In some places, $6 billion could build you a whole entire new city with plumbing, water, and all that. But apparently in New York City, it really just gives you a few hotel nights and a few blankets and a little bit of food. I don't even know how this money is being spent. New York City taxpayers are furious because people are saying the reason why the city has higher taxes, more expensive water bills, and now a toll tax of $15 to go to Manhattan is because New York City has spent so much money on the migrant crisis, they don't have money anymore for the essentials. Buses right now are stopping at New York City shelters multiple times per day, picking up migrants from these shelters and driving them to Canada. Because right now New York City is having such an enormous inflow of migrants, they can't keep up. They don't have enough money. And not to mention, with Trump winning the presidency, Trump is telling New York to chill out with the migrant crisis. You're taking in over 100,000, 150,000 people on a yearly basis. Of course, your city's infrastructure is going to crumble. Of course, you're going to have kids joining gangs and also massive increases in gang violence. Crime in places like Times Square is off the charts. There is moped crime. There's people's purses being snatched. I don't remember New York City being like that, even in the good places, like downtown Manhattan and midtown Manhattan. And Texas isn't letting New York City Mayor Eric Adams stand their way. And they're sending a ton of buses to New York City. Right now, if you go to New York, you're still going to be seeing a ton of these buses coming in. But right now, New York City seems to be sick of it. They're already sending a lot of migrants to Canada. They've already started sending even migrants by plane and bus back to Texas. And New York City, as they run out of money, has phased out 2 hotels used as migrant shelters. And many other locations are shutting down soon. Now, one of the reasons why is New York City wants to scale back on the sanctuary city status. It's costing them so much money. It really boils down to finance. New York City is extremely wealthy. It's probably the wealthiest place in all of North America. But even they can't be spending $2-3 billion a year on the migrant crisis. People are saying that imagine you spent $6 billion on the citizens of New York, maybe on homelessness, maybe on crime, drugs, or maybe building new infrastructure. New York City would be a fantastic place. But instead, New York City is spending $6 billion on the migrant crisis, something that they didn't have to do. And now it seems to be spiraling out of control. And when you look into some of the statistics, about 150 hotels in New York City are currently sheltering migrants, and total spending on migrant services over 3 years is about to hit $6.1 billion. And it seems like the hotel guys are the biggest winners out of all of this. And many Americans and many New York City taxpayers are just not happy at all. And at the end of the day, it's the crime that's going up. There's not enough work permits, there's not enough food, there's not enough shelter, there's not enough money going on. And the migrant crisis has absolutely decimated New York City. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you later.